And it wasn't
just turned up.
Well, he came here for an interview. We had an interview with the lady. That lady.
Yeah.
I'll tell you about that in a minute. But so we had that. And then he said, oh, it'd be really good if we could have supervision. Have you got anything on? I said, well, just the CQC and everything that I'm trying to get on with.
Yeah.
He said, well, if we could do at 2 o'clock, an hour and a half supervision. It was 2 hours long. And I brought a pad in, and I said, you know, because obviously I wasn't prepared for this, I've only got a bit of an agenda. And he said, no, that's fine, I haven't really. I said, I've got a pad because no doubt you're going to give me loads of stuff to do. He said, actually, he said, no, I think this is just like let's get to know each other, and it's more of a discussion about all the events that have been going on, and you know, I'm not really going to give you loads of extra work on this one. So, and it was like, you know, like sometimes, like, what are you implying? And sort of like, it goes through my mind afterwards and everything, but ultimately, at the end of it, I was thinking, what you've done today is you've told me all the way thing going forward, that how they can support me and the new manager and all the changes that are going to happen, because Woodbury's so crap, basically. That's the way I took it afterwards. It was like all about the improvements and you know, following on. He said, like, I mean, with what people have said about you and Jane.
Hang on, I thought none of that was true.
Yeah, no. He said, I'm in two minds to sort of like, I don't know whether we should just sort of like move on, or if it would be beneficial for you to have some feedback about what people, how they see you and what their interpretations of
people can always come up here.
Yeah. He said, because it might be a learning curve for you. He said, and then he brought up the money. He said, you know, that, like, for instance, so this is what he's saying my practice is. For instance, he said, when we were doing this stuff, he said, I know that it was late and, you know, you were getting off, but you went in that drawer, and I'm thinking, what's he getting at first of all? He said, you went downstairs, didn't you? We were both in the office, and you went in the drawer looking for drawing pins. He said, and they were right at the back. He said, and you've gone through things, and they're right at the back, and you've put the pins up. He said, and then before you went home. He said, and then a bit later on, I went downstairs. He's gone, you know, you get the ridge, but that's missing on that top drawer, so there's a gap. So actually you can see right in the drawer as well as if you open it. It's very visual to see what's in that drawer. He said, and I went down there, and he said, and it was blatantly obvious to me that there was all this money in there, but you didn't see it. He said, you didn't see it.
Maybe it wasn't there then.
He said, well, it was there.
Oh.
He said, but you didn't see it. I said, well, no, I didn't see it. He said, but that's what I'm saying. Because basically, I've been here too long, I don't see things. That's what he was saying. So I pulled him up on it, because then he said, you know, and then I then left, and I'm thinking, what do I do? And I phoned Andrea, and I ran it by Andrea. Then the following morning, he said, and I came back in, and it was still there. I said, oh, sorry. Well, you noticed it the night before, yet you didn't bring it to the shift leader's attention to look away. He went, no, I just didn't know what to do. I said, oh, I would have thought the immediate thing was to bring it to the attention and get it locked away. I didn't realise you hadn't. I thought you just noticed it in the morning, and it was from the morning event. Yeah. I didn't realise it had been there the whole night.
I think we've got to keep doing it, batting it back.
Yeah. And he was like, but yeah, he's going, what I'm trying to get at is, he said that, you know, you after a while you don't see things, do you? And that's a bit of a risk when you've been in the place for a long time. And it was just really, and afterwards I was like, it was like really, and it was like, you know, I said, well, maybe you'd like to give me a bit of feedback about how you see me in my position. And he said, well, he said, you put me on the spot now. He's gone, I mean, I don't want to offend you or like that. So he's gone, but
he's already doing that.
Yeah, he's gone, it's a learning curve, isn't it? He's like, you know, with this new manager coming in, you know, and like they're really good, and how we felt with the telephone interviews, the first stage was, you know, they all said without any prompting about they've all turned care homes around after getting a bad report, and they've gone in and turned them around. He said, so that's the sort of person we need. I said, but we haven't got a bad report. We haven't had a bad report. And he was going, but you know, he said, like, for 2 years you've been managing it and indirectly sort of thing, and it's coming to light now that, you know, it wasn't basically, you haven't been doing a very good job. Didn't say that, but that's what he meant. And I said, the good thing about this report is that it highlights that what Mary and I have been saying for all this time is fallen on deaf ears. That's what it highlights to me.
Yeah.
I said about HR, occupational, admin support, it's fallen on deaf ears. That's what it said to me. The fact that we weren't allowed to recruit, holding all these vacancies, causing bad practices, that's what it says to me. And afterwards I was like, I'm sorry.
But I'm glad you were able to come back and say that to him.
But
what did you say to that?
It was
nothing.
No, it was all, yeah. It was all saying, well, yeah, in hindsight, you know, if I was here from the 1st of July, he said, and not, that was, no, you can recruit. He said that was a bad decision on balances. He owned that one. He did say that one. I wouldn't have done that.
Well, then don't blame you.
No. But it was definitely like, you know, the new manager is going to have new ways of working.
He?
Oh, yeah.
They're definitely going to get he,
4
aren't they?
men and 1 lady have been shortlisted, so it's going to be a man.
I think that's what's going to...
Yeah.
Well,
They definitely want me out there. I could just
well,
see it
I'm next.
yesterday.
I know
I
that.
could see it yesterday.
I mean, lucky for me, I'm planning to go part-time. But I'm next. They're trying to dilute it. I started doing this thing to Andrew, and I thought, if I'm putting this in writing, I've got to make sure I do it, you know, correct. Because I just think to myself, that's what they're trying to do. They give her 36 hours.
Yeah.
And Jean's been asking, and I've been asking, and yet suddenly...
Yeah, I mentioned that.
Yeah.
Because the lady we interviewed was really lovely.
Yeah.
And I said, you know, I mean, for the support work, fantastic.
Yeah.
Even though he was like, she hasn't really got any experience, has she? I said, but someone's got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
She's got common sense. She really
That's what
wants
we want,
it. She's got the drive. This is what she wants to do. She's got the compassion to really get in there. She wants to learn. She wants to help people. You know, she's a lovely girl. And I said to her, I said, you have to...
She's quite young, isn't she?
23.
Yeah.
So I said, I can't help but notice in your, and this is afterwards, I said, in your application...
Was he there? Yeah.
I said, you know, that all your past experience has been admin and office work and everything like that. And okay, you know, what you've said to me, you know, you're ideal for a support worker at Woodbury as well. I said, but I just wanted you, because obviously it hasn't been advertised, so you wouldn't have known. But we do have admin, you know, that we need to recruit for admin as well. And I said, I know that you said that you've done that, because she did. She said, I've done that, and I've gone as far as I felt that I can with that. And I would, you know, and you leave work with like, yeah, I've done my work and everything, but I want to, I feel like I've achieved something to help people, and that was her passion to be a support worker. I said, but you know, we do have admin, yeah. I said, and it's cross, you are with people all the time, you know, because it's still in the same environment. She said, oh no, I wouldn't rule it out at all. She said, you know, and I said, there's a possibility that, you know, you could do support work and the admin, you know, if you felt there wasn't enough support work, or you wanted to do, she said, whatever role, I just want to be here. I want to be, I want to do this, and I really want to be in balance in Woodbury.
Yeah. See, I think she's ideal. She sounds great.
She was really nice.
The only thing that would be a problem if you had somebody, for example, like they would actually say there's a conflict of interest. That's my only concern. Because supposing she takes money out for the residents and fills it out, and then she's also the person who checks it.
Yeah.
That would be a problem, because, and also she's the same person who holds the money.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's the only problem. Because, you know, if, for example, if I was in cahoots with someone, I could pretend the money's coming and it hasn't. That sort of stuff. That's the only thing.
And then
what did he
Andrea,
say? Did he say anything?
He was like, he then said, yeah, but obviously the position you've gone for is support work.